Okay, so in this question, what you've been asked to do is, again, it's algebra long division. So you divide the shorter expression into the longer expression, or the bigger expression. So you write like this, so it's going to be 6x squared minus 10x minus 4. And then divide that by 3x plus 1. Now just be very careful when you're writing down that you get all the correct signs, and just double check it as well at the start, because if you've even one of these signs, if you put in a minus instead of a plus, for example here, it'll throw the whole thing off and it'll be very irritating and frustrating when you're trying to work out and it's not working out for you. So the first thing you do is we do our division phase. So let's write this up here. So it goes in phases. So what we do is we take this term here and we divide it by this term here. So that it's going to be 6x squared divided by 3x. So that's going to be equal to, so this x will knock out one of these x's and you'll be just left with 1x, and then 3 will go into that once and 3 will go into 6 twice, so it'll leave you with 2x. So this is this answer from the division phase you put up here. So 2x, so you put it up here like so. The next part then is the multiplication phase. So you're multiplying by, so you're multiplying this term by the shorter expression. So what does that look like? It'll be 2x multiplied by 3x plus 1. And that's going to be equal to, so 2x by 3x is equal to 6x squared. And then 2x by plus 1 is equal to plus 2x. So this answer then from your multiplication phase, you're putting it underneath here. So it's going to be 6x squared plus 2x, and then we're entering into the subtraction phase. Now with this you need to be careful, because you have operations like the subtraction, and then you have these integer signs as well. So if we have a look at this, so what does this look like? So it's going to be 6x squared minus 6x squared. And that's just equal to 0. Okay. So they'll cancel out, and there's nothing remaining. Then we have minus 10x minus 2x. So a way to, like, what does that look like? So it's going to be 6x squared. Oh, sorry, not 6x squared. It's going to be minus 10x. So okay, so we have minus 10x. So minus 10x minus, which is the operation that comes from here, and then it's plus 2y, or sorry, plus 2x. So what happens here is that this changes the sign, so it does, of this. So it's minus, so this minus is the sign that's in front of the integer, and this plus is the sign that's in front of this integer. So this is a positive integer, this is a negative integer. Now this here is the operation subtraction, which is what we have here. So what you're essentially doing is you're subtracting the two expressions from each other. So this is very important, because when we have a minus like this in front of a bracket, it's implied that there's a minus 1 in here, like so. So if there's a minus 1 in here like so, what that means is that everything inside this bracket is multiplied by minus 1, and that's why the sign changes. Sometimes the teacher will just tell you, just change the sign, but you need to understand why the sign is changing, because this will become important. Let's say when we move on, you're doing math, ordinary level or higher level math, you need to understand this concept. So what we have then is, so it's minus 1 multiplied by plus 2x. So what that's going to do is that's going to change the sign. So that's going to become, so remember, unlike signs give minus, like signs give plus. So these are unlike signs. So we've minus 1 multiplied by plus 2x. So that's going to become minus 2x. So that's very important. So essentially the sign changes. Then we have minus 10x. So minus 10x minus 2x, that's going to be equal to minus 12x. So this is very, very important, this rule here, and that you understand clearly what's going on here. So when we minus 10x minus plus 2x, that's going to be equal to minus 12x. So that's our first round. So then we go through this phase again. So we go through, and I'll just write them over here. We go through our division phase. So we're dividing the x term in the short expression by this here. Now also as well, what you do is you bring down this 4. So it's going to be minus 4 like so. So 3x, so it's minus 12x divided by 3x, and that's going to be equal to, so these x's will just cancel each other out, and then minus 12 divided by plus 3, unlike signs give minus, so that's going to be equal to minus 4. So this is our answer from the division phase. So we're dividing this by this, and we take this answer and we put it up here. Now we enter the multiplication phase again. So again, we're multiplying this answer by this short expression. So it's going to be minus 4 multiplied by 3x plus 1. And that will be equal to, so minus 4 multiplied by plus 3x, that's equal to minus 12x. And then you have minus 4 multiplied by plus 1, that's going to be equal to minus 4. So this then answer you put down underneath here, so it's going to be minus 12x minus 4. And then we are entering into the final subtraction phase. And again, remember, you have the subtraction and then you have the signs that are in front of the integers. So what we do then is let's work through this. So we subtract these from each other. So we have the first part then is it's going to be minus, so this is the subtraction phase. So you have minus 12x minus, which is the operation, minus 12. So this is a double negative, so remember this means minus 1. So it's minus 1 multiplied by what's inside the bracket. That changes the sign. So this then becomes minus 12x plus 12x, and that's equal to 0. So this here, remember we multiply, so minus 1 multiplied by minus 12 gives you plus 12. And then we have so it's going to be then minus 12 plus 12 is equal to 0. So these just cancel out. So there's no remainder there. And then the same thing here. So we have minus 4 minus subtract minus 4. So this 4 is coming from here, and this 4 is coming from here, and this minus here is coming from here, this minus, this subtraction. So again, remember this means 1 in front of it, so you're multiplying everything inside here. So then this is going to be minus 4 plus 4, which is equal to 0. So this is equal to 0. So then this is your answer. And you can see here, so it's this option here. So that's how you do that one. So hopefully that makes sense.